Hi, I'm Brooklyn, and we're at Original Feelings, where I've prepared a few classes for you. There is a Spotify link in the description below. And I've prepared another short class for you, and this one will be a restorative practice. And at Original Feelings, we call this a safe class on the timetable. All you'll need is your yoga mat, a bolster. 2 blocks are lovely but optional today. We have a strap and then an eye pillow. So when you're ready, get nice and comfy, turn the lights down and the music up, and then we meet each other back on the mat. So I'd like you to place your bolster right in the center of the mat. Have your strap nice and handy, and also your eye pillow nice and handy. And when you're ready, you'll find a seat on the bolster. And then you'll slowly recline all the way back until you find your shoulders firm to the earth. And here, this is when you can put your eye pillow on. And for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to keep it on today. You can heel toe your feet a little wider and let the knees knock in. And place one hand on the belly, then one hand close to the heart. And you just watch your breath pass in and out. You feel the soft rise and fall of the belly and the chest. Your skull is heavy to the earth, your brain heavy in the skull. You now allow this time to retreat a little further inwards. And depending whether this is at the beginning of the day, the middle of your day, or the end of your day, you notice what is occupying your mind. And you allow those thoughts to begin to dissolve. And if they do not want to dissolve, then I'd like you to take your awareness to the sound of your breath. And maybe that means you need to deepen your breath. A little bit of ujjayi, a slight contraction at the very base of the throat. And it'll create this ocean-like sound, like a tide rippling in, and before it pulls back out. We'll be here just for another minute. And during that time, again, you just settle into your body and settle into your breath. Maybe use words in and out to keep you firmly in your body, undistracted by the things that should have been done during the day or yesterday, or things that need to be done today or tomorrow. Simple in, simple out. If you've got more time, you stay here just a little longer. Otherwise, if your eye pillow is on, you can gently remove it and let a little bit of light filter through. Keep it nice and handy for if you want to put it back on. We'll stay in our back body, but just draw the heels together. And then right knee pulls in towards the chest. And you can grab it with 2 hands and then give it a couple of little circles. So these can be small circles or big circles. You can linger to one side a little longer, or linger to the other side a little longer. Then when you're ready, you'll draw the knee in. And you'll reach for your strap. You'll open the strap, and you don't need to worry about the buckle today. Once the strap is open, you can hook the foot. I like to take the strap to the ball of the foot and then begin to kick the leg upwards. And then to make it easier on my body, I like to loop my hands around the strap once or twice. And then it's just the weight of my arm bones, my elbows, and my shoulders firmly into the ground that holds and suspends the leg up in space. Then I'd like you to flex the toes down towards the feet so you find a little bit of activity and then you kick the heel up. Option to keep the left knee bent or you extend the left leg nice and long. And again, no effort in the arm, just heaviness through the shoulders and elbows. And then maybe you feel a little bit of tightening through the knee, the quad, to kick the leg up. And if you want, you play with your edge by drawing the leg a little bit closer, and then you can soften. Again, a soft tightening of the knee and the quad to kick the leg up. And maybe you draw the leg a little bit closer and you can see my left leg hovering up and off the ground. And take a full breath in, maybe you heavy the left leg, heavy the right knee. And take another few rounds of breath, maybe you soften back down the eyes. And there's limited pulling in the shape, just my elbows heavy, my shoulders grounded. All right, I'd like you to turn the toes of the right foot out about 45 degrees, and then take the strap into your right hand. And you'll slowly guide the right leg all the way out to the right. And you can also bend the knee if this is just a little bit too much. Otherwise, the right leg is kicking out, the left leg is tracking a little bit open. You're trying to spin the right toes down towards the ground so the heel pulls up towards the ceiling. And again, you can close down the eyes. You can take the left hand to the left thigh or maybe the left arm all the way out. But you're looking to ground down through the left side body just to counter the weight of the right leg. We're here just for 5. And just for 4. Another 3. You breathe into the place of stretch, the place of sensation. 2. And 1. And I'd like you to release the strap but keep the leg out and place the right hand onto the knee or the calf muscle. And then kick the leg up but push the hand down so you kind of counterbalance all of this. And again, for 5, you give it a little bit of effort. For 4, keep grounding down left side body. 3, 2, and 1. And then you can bend the knee and then draw it back to middle. Bend the left knee and take the strap out of the way. Right knee crosses over left knee now. And I'd like you to press down through the left foot, pick up the hips, and then shuffle it over to the right-hand side of the bolster. And then you can track the knees over towards the left-hand side, open up through the arms, close down the eyes, and maybe you find your eye pillow again. You can place it over the eyes. Now, I like the palms of the hands to roll down. And if this is too much of a twist, then there's a couple of ways to fix it. You can shuffle the hips a little further over towards the right-hand side of the mat, of the bolster, or place one of your blocks underneath the top knee, that's the right knee, and that way the hips will stay nice and level. Otherwise, we're here for a full minute, or just about. You feel back into your body. And the physical elements of a practice like this, it comes as we enter into shape. So the feeling of stretch, the working of the muscle fibers, the connective tissue, this just happens. When that happens, there is or can be an energetic response, prana, breath, chi passing through the body. But the mindfulness aspect of a practice, this requires effort. And this doesn't just come because of the shapes that you pass through. And one way that best works for me, especially after a busy day, is to stay present with the in and out of my breath. So again, using the word in and the word out. It keeps me in my body, the body that is in this room. And if you notice your mind wandering off, you gently deepen the breath. And again, finding the words in and out to help you find middle again. And if you would like to stay here longer, you stay. Otherwise, and gently slide your eye pillow off if it's there and blink open the eyes. And return back through middle. You'll be cross-legged, pick up the hips, land them back in the center and release the right foot down. And then we go over to the other side. So left knee draws in. You can give it some big circles or small circles. You can go in any which way feels nice. Again, using your hands or not. And then when you've done that, you pause, you find your strap, you take it into your hands and lasso the foot. Slowly begin to lengthen the left leg nice and high. Keep the shoulders grounded, and again, I like to loop my hands once or even twice around the strap, and that way I can relax my arms and my elbows. Right leg might also inch out long, and this is really optional. And when you're trying to choose what option to take, in a class like this, I would always go for the option that feels the most yummiest. And take a breath in, begin to tighten the knee, tighten the quad. And then softly draw the leg a little closer if you'll allow it to. Again, take a breath in and tighten the knee and the thigh. Maybe draw the leg in a little closer. So at any point along that little journey from the leg being upright to the leg being a little bit closer to the body, you just pause, you make sure your elbows are soft, your shoulders are heavy, and then you close down the eyes. You might feel into a little shake, a little quiver of the left leg. And this is relatively normal. But if there's any aching or over-efforting to be here, then you can just back it off a little bit. A slight flex of the toes down so you can kick the heel bone up. Right leg is anchored, right side body easy. Take a full breath in. Maybe an open mouth exhale. Again, breath in. And out, heavy the arms, heavy the hands, the elbows. And last one together. And gently release the breath. Then you'll take both straps into your left hand. And like a ballet first position, you turn the left foot outwards a little bit. So the heel's drawing in and the toes are pushing out. And then you slowly glide the left leg out towards the left-hand side. Again, you can bend into the left knee as much as you need. Now to counter all of that, I like my right hand out long, my right shoulder grounded, and then my right leg also peeling towards the ground. When you're ready and when you're at your edge, you soften back down the eyes, and we're only here for 5. For 4. Another 3, just breathe into the place of sensation for 2. And 1. And I'd like you to keep the leg there. You just take the hand off the strap. Left hand somewhere along the left leg. You push the hand down and you try and kick the left leg up. And again for 5. There's a little bit of activity here for 4. Another 3, anchor down right side body for 2. And 1. You bend the knee, you gently return all the way back and through middle. And bend the right knee, remove your strap and take the left knee over top. You can take a moment to position yourself so you find a bit more comfort. Make sure the bolster is supporting you nicely. Press down through the foot, lift the hips up, and then take the hips all the way to the left-hand side. And this is where you can drop the knee down. And again, if you're finding a little bit of discomfort here, the first thing I like to do is shuffle my hips back a little bit more. And then maybe you find a bit of support. This can be a cushion or one of the blocks just below the knee. That way the knee is nice and leveled with the hip. And then when you're ready, you open up through the arms. You make sure that both shoulders are grounded. Gaze will spin up or even over to the left. You close down the eyes, eye pillow or no eye pillow. And this is where we return to a place of stillness and quiet. And if it's not your breath that you are choosing to tune into, then you find a soft sound in the far, far distance. Maybe it is the sound of a bird's chirp. Maybe it is the sound of people passing by. Maybe it is the sound of a body of water that you were once at. And for me, that is the ocean back home in New Zealand. And often when I lay here in silence, that is exactly what I hear. The in and the out of a soft wave crashing. And that brings me back into a place where I feel the center of myself. And so as you rest easy, you feel your breath pass in and pass out. You stay here for as long as you need. Otherwise, gently return all the way back and through middle, slowly peeling the eye pillow off or blinking the eyes open. Uncross the left leg, let it land. Release the arms alongside the body, and then press down with the feet and slide the bolster out from underneath the bum. Let the sit bones land. And I like to place my feet on the bolster. Press down through the feet, lift the bum up just a little and hover the pelvis easy off the ground. And then when you're ready, you release the sit bones down, you extend the legs, and the bolster is in the perfect spot beneath the knees. One hand back on the heart, one hand back on the belly. Close down the eyes, and again, you just stay here for as long as you have time for. And when you're ready, you'll roll over to one side. You'll slowly press yourself up. And if you'd like to practice with me again in person, you might find me here at Original Feelings, so you can look at the timetable. Otherwise, you can subscribe to the Hey Hey YouTube channel. There'll be more classes there.